Sarah Shireman, and today I am bringing you a tutorial about how to do a turning hip reel with two hoops. If you don't know how to do hip reels, I would suggest going back a couple of videos. I did a basic tutorial on a forwards and a backwards hip reel, so leading with the thumb and then leading with the pinky. And then I showed how to go from a forwards weave into a pinky led hip reel and a backwards weave into a thumb led hip reel. And then I also posted a video on how to turn with a hip reel using one hoop. And now we're gonna bring it up to two hoops. So if you don't know how to do hip reels and you don't know how to turn with a hip reel, I would go back a couple steps and learn those first before approaching this, so it's not as frustrating when you're first learning. So let me go ahead and show you what this looks like first, and then we will break it down into a right side and a left side. So it's going to look like this. Shoop. So let's go ahead and break this down into its parts. This whole time I'm going to have my right hand, my dominant hand, is going to be a yellow hoop, and my left hand, non-dominant, is going to be green. So we're going to start with our dominant hands, and we're going to turn using a hip reel. We're going to start out to our sides, so it's going to be thumb up, palm facing back. My right hand is over at the left side of my body. From here, we're going to extend up. As we extend up, we're going to cross our left foot over our right. And then as you're starting to come down, you're going to start pivoting your body. So not moving your feet, just pivoting. From here, leading with your thumb, you're going to drop it down and then back up. So kind of like a weave. As you're coming up again and it's dropping to the ground a second time, you should be facing away from your start position. So back is to the camera here. My right hand is now thumb down, palm is away from me. And then from this position, you're going to go into your hip reel. So as it comes across your body, you're going to push up so that you're leading with your thumb, and then back down. And now we're back in our start position. So we'll go through that again. So palm is up, palm is facing backwards, thumb up. We're going to start extending above our head. And you can keep it a bend in your elbow for this. So extending over your head, you're going to cross your left over your right. My palm is facing back towards me. My thumb is now to the right side of my body. As you drop the hoop towards the ground, you're going to turn your body. And you're going to then, keeping a hold of the hoop, keep leading with the thumb. Over and back up. And then from here, still thumb down, you're going to swoop it next to your hip again. And you're still turning here. Thumb up into your hip reel and back out. So let me do it facing backwards so you guys can see it. So this is our start position. Thumb is up, palm facing behind us. We're going to extend above our head, cross your left leg over your right leg. Start turning. As you turn, you're going to drop the hoop down. It's going to come back up. And as we continue to turn, you're going to then lead with your thumb still. Notice a super awkward angle with my elbow. You're going to then pull it by your hip, zoop, and back across. So once again, going to shoot. Okay, so that's with one hoop, your dominant hand. Now we're going to switch to the left, or your non-dominant. Start position, you're going to start with your thumb up, palm facing away from you, and then you're just going to hinge it backwards. So now your thumb is up, palm is out, and hoop is resting behind your head. In this position, you're just going to isolate up to your head, so right above your head, holding on to the hoop. So thumb is facing to your right, if you're left-handed, and your palm is facing away from you. From here, this is when you're going to cross your left over your right and start to turn. As you start to turn, you're going to push up with your left hand, shoop, and extend down. So as it extends, we're leading with our pinky, and our palm is facing away from our original start, so to the right side of your body. As you come down and you're starting to turn more, this is where you're gonna do your pinky led hip reel. So you're gonna push up with your pinky, bring it by your hips, still turning. And then when you're down here and thumb is at the ground, you're just gonna isolate back. So you're at your start position. So here, gonna cross our leg as we bring the hand over our head. As we turn, we're gonna extend out, pushing up and out, leading with the pinky, dropping it as we're still turning. As you're backwards, you're going to do your pinky led hip reel. Keep turning and isolate back up. And now we're in our start position again. Oh, I should do that. I should do that backwards too. So backwards at our start position, cross the leg, isolate up, rotate, push down, spinning. As you're backwards, but now I'm forwards, you're going to dip, leading with the pinky, keep turning, isolate back up. Okay, now to put these two together, we're going to go, your left hoop swings behind you, so your thumb up, and your right hoop is also going to be thumb up. Palms are facing one another. We're going to start by doing the little isolation with your left hoop and your little extension with your right hoop and crossing with your leg. So all together it's going to be zoop. From here, we are going to lead with your right, and it's going to come down, leading with the thumb. And it's basically going to do this first motion right from that position. So the little one time around before going into the hip reel. And the left hand is going to extend while that right hand is doing that. So it's going to be choo choo choo. And from here, your left hand is going to go into the hip reel, and your right hand is preparing to go across your body into the hip reel. So my palms are both still facing over to the right side of my body. So we're going to hip reel, extend, and hip reel, and pull up. These are really hard to go slow and time them correctly with the hip reels because they're such awkward positions for your elbows and your hands. So I would suggest, if it's confusing and you're having a hard time with it, go back to breaking it into one and then the other, and then trying to bring them together. Honestly, what helped me the most was speeding it up. I had a really hard time trying to go slow into especially this part right here until I just sped it up and let the momentum take it. So try that and see if that helps at all. That's what helped me the most. But let's run this one more time. I'll try to give you a couple more pointers. So making sure that you always isolate and extend to the top here before trying to get into the hip reels is really important, because if you try to go from right here really quickly, you're gonna have a much harder time. So trying to do that, isolate and extend. And again, that's this motion and this motion. So up to here, turn, and you're gonna choop, 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 and dipping down quickly. I hope you guys can hear all of those dogs barking right now because it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, so I'll show you from backwards too, and then I'll go through it in some slow-mo to hopefully make it a little bit easier for you guys. So this is backwards, still same hand, left and right. The turning hip reel with 2 hoops. If you want to learn how to do that move going to the left, all you have to do is change a hoop over to the other side. Left hoop would do the extension, right hoop would start with the isolation, and you would go over with your right leg instead of your left leg for the turning. So it would look like this. Happy hooping, guys. Enjoy.